The onion bowl is like TikTok viral. When I first saw it, I was like, who the hell is eating a whole onion? I'm a little peckish. You know what I want? I want an onion. But that got me curious about the history of onions. So I did some deep dives. And we're gonna learn about onions today.
Are we good? Are we working? Hello, 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 hello. What does Catherine O'Hara say? So you want us to go over just to check on him? Yes! The weirdest thing to go viral, but guess what? It's viral. This little baby, I guess that's better than like, I don't know, Big Macs, you know. Onions are healthy, right? I can't be any worse than all the rest of the that people are doing on social media just to not work, i.e. Chipotle bowls. Anyway, let's learn about some onions. So first off, I went and looked at tons of comments and tons of videos, and one thing that people don't understand is why is it called an onion bowl when you're not bowling the onions? In my opinion, because I'm a Southerner, as I've said 1,000 times on my channel, I'm sure y'all know that by now. It's supposed to be mimicking a seafood bowl, and a seafood bowl has a ton of seasonings, lots of spices. So I think because of the seasonings and like heavy butter, that's why it's called an onion bowl. It's not that you're bowling the onion. Who knew there was a website dedicated to just onions? National Onion Association. Oh my goodness, the website, it says subscribe to get the latest news. So if you need the latest news on onions, they got you. Archaeologists and botanists and food historians believe onions originated in Asia. Other research suggests onions were first grown in Iran or West Pakistan. It is presumed our predecessors discovered and started eating wild onions early. I mean, that would make sense. If they're just wild and you're just like a nomad, of course you're going to pick it up and be like, is this any good? Very likely, the humble vegetable was a staple in the prehistoric diet, which I could totally see. Most researchers agree the onion has been cultivated for 5,000 years or more. They were probably consumed for thousands of years. My dogs. It's the mailman. You literally see him every day. Cheese and Christ. Onions may be one of the earliest cultivated crops because they were less perishable than other foods. They were transportable, easy to grow, and could be grown in a variety of climates and soils. Onions prevent thirst and could be dried to preserve for later consumption when food might be scarce. Onions can prevent thirst? I'm walking on the, I don't know, the plains, the prairie, or like, they said what, Asia or West Pakistan. I'm trucking through like the mountains. It's dry as fuck. There's like dusty rocks everywhere. And I'm reaching for an onion for a quench on I need to wet my whistle with a little onion juice.
Onions, get your onions here, folks.
That sounds horrible. I do what you gotta do. Gotta drink the onion juice. Many documents from very early times describe its importance as a food and its use in art, medicine, and mummification. Ooh, mummification. That's interesting. What would you do with an onion with mummification? What if you were wrapped in like onion skin? Instead of like the cloth, you were wrapped in onion skin? But that stinks. Let's go into a deeper dive. Ancient Egypt. That's where everybody starts, right? When it comes to like basically anything. Onions were an object of worship symbolizing eternity to those who buried onions along with their pharaohs. Oh, that sounds disgusto. The Egyptians saw eternal life in the anatomy of the onion because of its circle within a circle structure.
Onions have layers.
In fact, King Ramesses, the 5 and 1, 6? No, I don't know. Y'all, you see it. King Ramesses, whatever that number is, who died in 1160 BC, was entombed with onions in his eye sockets. I'm sorry, I would be so pissed. Obviously the times are different, but if I woke up from the afterlife and I was like, you put onions in my eyeball, they had to be tiny ones. Were they like the little like pearl onions? Ooh, that's interesting. So that kind of says what kind of onion they were using. So it wasn't like this kind, obviously. What if they just like shoved two of these in there? It had to be small enough to fit like a little pearl onion. That's interesting. Onions have frequently been found in other body cavities of mummies. Like what? Other body I need to know what other body cavities they found them in. Like that is question numero uno. Where did you find onions? Like, were they just like, you know what? Bend over. So they saved this one. You know, 1st century Greece. Greeks used them to fortify athletes for the Olympic Games. Hey, get from under the table. You knock my camera over, son. The both of yous. I don't have food, just so you know. It's just, there's an onion and then there are spices. There's no food. Before competition, athletes consumed pounds of onions, drank onion juice, and rubbed onions on their body. That is an Olympic game I would not want to attend. Can you imagine how that smells? They're eating onions all day. It says pounds of onions. They're drinking onion juice and then they're just fucking rubbing onion all over their body, along with sweating and then the whole 1st century Greece of it all. Woo! They were also used as rent payments and wedding gifts. Okay, if you're in Europe and you get married, it's like, hey, guess what? Mazel tov. Got an onion for you. Native Americans, strands of wild onion grew throughout North America, were gathered and used raw, cooked, and as seasonings. Native Americans also used onions and syrups as... What is that word? Oh my God, what is that word? I need to know that word. I don't know what that word is. Poulti, a soft, moist mass of material, typically consisting of bran, flour, herbs, etc., applied to the body to relieve soreness and inflammation. I've never heard, how do you say it?
Poultice.
Poultice?
Poultice.
Why does he sound like that? Poultice. Poultice. He sounds distressed.
Poultice.
Poultice. Native Americans also used onions in syrups, poultice, as an ingredient in dyes and even as toys. Man, that's gotta be the worst toy ever. Merry Christmas. Here's your toy. Go fetch it. I guess I could see it as like the original like idea of like a ball. And lastly, we have the first Pilgrims of America. The Pilgrims brought onions with them on the Mayflower to be a garden crop, a popular commercial crop in England at the time. 1 bushel of onion was included on a cargo list of a coaster on Long Island Sound in 1667, and more were documented on a vessel in 1718, headed as far away as Suriname and Barbados. Arrgh. So I also tried to find the original viral video, like who made it go viral on TikTok. I think I found the original creator of making the onion bowl popular. To my knowledge, it's a girl called doll_Mimi. I think that's her, I'm not sure. So many people have done it, so I don't know like who officially was like the trendsetter. I wanna read some comments, because comments on any social media sometimes are like the best. Like that's why you're there. You see a video and you're like, I broke my neck to get to the comment. I ate a whole onion once, couldn't stop farting. Yes, valid. But is your breath kicking after consuming a whole onion? Yes, also valid. What can I substitute instead of butter? Make it vegan. Girl, what do you usually use instead of butter? 41 people said yes. You're the vegan, so what do you normally use? We are so in a recession, yes. We're making onions like royalty and viral. What does that say? What does that say? People are so poor and broke and America sucks that we're like, you know what? Onions, yes! Have you ever had an onion before? Let's bake it. Let's boil it. America's so broke, we're eating baked onions. Lord have mercy, LOL. This looks disgusting. Onion breath. Everybody. Anything comes to the door. It could be a fly landing on the doorbell, and they're just like, I say we make this illegal. Onion OC. I'm sorry. I screenshotted these earlier, but I kind of forgot some of them. And Onion OC's hilarious. I'm sad that that doesn't have any likes. Onion OC, come on now. This is from another content creator. I think it's Steph Pappas or something like that. Doesn't contain onions. I don't think so. Oh, maybe it substitutes, what is that? If I don't like onions, can I substitute it for something else? I just know Shrek is pissed that he didn't think of this first. I think the best comment is onion nosy. All right, let's prep this onion. Take the butt off, just a little bit of the butt, but not all of it, just so it sits flat. Take a little bit of the innards out. I cored out, you know, like a little hole in the center, but not to go all the way through. Stuff the out of it with butter and a butt ton of seasoning. Tater, you can't eat the full. Son, Lord Jesus, you can't eat that. Why do you record in your car? Gee, let me think. Oh, no, don't eat that. Don't eat, no. All right. Hardy just had a nice little pat of butter. Okay, so stuff the hole with butter. Natural hot seasoning. Perfect. A little bit of thyme. Some Slap Yo Mama, I'm sure you've seen and heard. Garlic. Smoked paprika. Paprika, whatever. Regular paprika. A little bit of red cayenne pepper. A dash of it. Oregano. A little bit of chicken bouillon. Oh, it kind of smells like baby food. Tater, can you get the hell off me? A little bit of pepper. We're gonna wrap her up. It's like a beautiful little present. Merry Christmas. And we have our beautiful, succulent, if you will, onion bowl. It smells absolutely phenomenal. It smells exactly like French onion soup. Also, it's giving bloomin' onion. And I didn't think about that either. I was like, judging so hardcore in the beginning, I'm like, who the fuck is eating a whole onion? But then I'm like, okay, well, if you take me to Outback, oh, you deep fry that mug, I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Scoop her cute little booty out of here. Juicy, juicy. Literally, this is a bloomin' onion. Like, look how I cut it. Peel it apart. We're gonna dunk it in the spices. Dunk it in the sauce, and you just go for it. Raw dog and some onions. Oh, it's hot. It's delicious. I want this core. Like, literally, the core is like the softest part. I can barely pick it up. Wow, it's hot too. Some of these outside layers are too thick, but it tastes exactly like French onion soup. I still don't get the appeal to just like, you know, peeling and eating it, but the flavor is phenomenal. Yeah, you hear that? Could you be louder with your car? I guarantee you it's a Honda Civic. The thing is, I would never eat an onion like this ever again. I don't get it. I thought maybe I would understand the hype after I ate it. For me personally, I'm gonna say as a TikTok trend, this is a no. I saw one person made it kind of make sense because she put it over a bed of rice and she ate it as a meal with a spoon. So that makes sense because you're using it as a meal. According to the trend, she labeled this as a snack. I'm gonna say TikTok fail. This is a dumb snack, not realistic for me personally, in my humble opinion. Do you want to close out the show? It's like, what the is that thing? If you like this video, I would suggest to subscribe or just, you know, just click like on the video. It does me a huge favor. We have a full battery. Do you have anything else you want to say? Oh, no further question. No further questions. Okay.